Okay, here are 10 steps for showing up in the search engine. This is SEO, search engine optimization, before you start marketing on social media. So this has nothing to do with social media. Every time you make a new page, these are the 10 things that you want to do. First thing is the URL. I labeled my real estate page chrisbell.com/real estate. If I just label this page 1, I wouldn't have as good of a chance for showing up in Google for real estate, which I want to show up for. The second thing, these 3 next things: title, description, and keywords. If you click here, right click, view page source, you come to the same thing. Let me delete this. And you have title and title. And I put this entire title here so that when you search this, you show up in Google exactly like that. Add. So I am technically first organically. Right here, Chris Bell, real estate. And you can see, so Chris Bell, real estate investing, New Hampshire, straight line, mortgage buying power. Mortgage buying power. I typed all of that in. That is the link in this title inside the head that you will show up for in Google. And then this long description right here is the description. So you can see Chris Bell, Christopher George Bell helps you understand real estate. So you type these in and basically create the link too. I created that link. So those are the next 3 things. Now we have an H1 tag. The H1 tag is at the top of every page. This actually shows up on the first part of the page in the body. Start H1, end H1, which I can show you in the source code as well. Right here, H1, styled it into the center, Chris Bell Real Estate, end H1. Then we need an image, and the reason I put the image here is because a lot of people don't label their images. So you can see this one right here. This is a link around an image, and the image is labeled with an alt and a title, and that can be exactly the same thing, and you want this JPEG to be labeled something close to it as well. So Bedford, New Hampshire, you can see this, real estate Bedford, New Hampshire, and when you go to this page and hover over that image, you get real estate Bedford, New Hampshire. This labels the image so that it shows up in Google. When people type in Google Images and they type in real estate Bedford, New Hampshire, Google looks through all of the images that are labeled real estate Bedford, New Hampshire before it decides which ones it's actually going to put up first. Then out of that big pool of titles that are all labeled that, they pick the best one, the most popular one that's been shared the most, that gets used the most. So this is just the optimization. You need to make sure you label it the right way so you have the chance to show up. When Google puts you in those big results inside that pool, they pick the best and most popular image from there. If you label it page 1, image 1, you just have no chance in the first place to even show up. So you don't even give yourself a chance. The next one is real estate Amherst, New Hampshire, real estate Merrimack, New Hampshire. Hover over that. I have lots of chances for images and for content to show up for real estate Bedford, New Hampshire, Amherst, New Hampshire, Merrimack, New Hampshire. So what's next? Video, same thing, and it needs to be labeled. You have this video, how I make money in real estate. This is all good content for someone who comes to, if someone types in this information and they actually find you, they really want that information. So you need to give them good images and give them a good video so that they find the answer that they're looking for when they search it in Google, and then Google will then give you more results so that other people can find the answer to what they're looking for. And then these are the simplest things that you can do at the very end when you're actually writing the content, to use bold when you come across real estate and you go to Bedford. Now you have real estate. Inside that folder you have Bedford, New Hampshire, and the other one was Merrimack, New Hampshire. So I have a good chance for showing up for that as well in Google. Chris Bell Real Bedford, New Hampshire, and that page will show up now. This is my Bedford page, I believe. Nope, this one is. So both of them show up, my real estate page and my Bedford, New Hampshire page. So you end up with more chances for showing up, and even my images show up right here. You can see all these pictures are my pictures because they're labeled that way when you type it into Google image search. And then when you go to the image search, images, and you click on this image, it shows you a bigger one, and then you click on the image again, and look at where it takes you. It is basically a link from Google to your website, which is really, really cool. And like I said, writing content at the end, putting a couple bold in there, and those are the 10 best ways to show up, to optimize your page, to get a chance to show up, and then from there you start marketing this page by putting it on social media and things like that.